Well, go on. Me looking through the people at the pizza guy. I'm not convinced that the little keys on his keyring fit that gate. It's nice. Bit of a fixer-upper.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I thought the mansion burnt in a fire. Yes, he just said that. Okay, let's ask about the fire.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you?
Yes, thank you.
The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
Nice.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we
I'm the
take a
detective. I'll
closer
trouble
look at this
whoever I
mansion,
want.
or do you have other questions?
Oh, yes, I have many questions, actually. This place is falling into ruin.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case.
I've already forgotten. This town was founded in, what, the 1600s, probably?
Unless you still have questions.
Is he going to prompt me at the end of every dialogue option? Let's just
Your
start
partner,
here.
Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much.
I think we could be
I've
friends.
heard that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark.
Everyone
I
on this
suppose.
island is slightly unhinged.
But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember.
Last week.
Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else?
He's
you
got
want
the
to
bodies
ask?
lined up in the drawing room.
Or do you want to go up there?
Anything I should be wary
I prefer
of
to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
in that structure?
Wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
See, rotten floorboards are worth
Could he be a
worrying about.
problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A man of your
A
age.
sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You know the place very well.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
And so I was trying
That's
to hide
why
it.
you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error,
Lore.
then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
No, I guess that's it. Let's not waste any time.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
It looks like you have a light. But okay, except, yes, actually.
Why not? You can help.
Right.
You can stop him from sticking an
Let's
axe in
go.
my back. I think I want to check here before we go on. Light is middle mouse button. We have multiple lights, apparently. Lean forward. Lean forward? Hang on. Okay, so there's our light. We have no other light sources. We can't lean forward. Don't lie to me. Right, so he caught us breaking into a crime scene that we were told not to enter, and instead of arresting us, he said, "Here, let me drive you to the next place you want to break into."
Recently fallen.
That's good
It's as if all
policing.
life has abandoned the place.
Beautiful, beautiful. I would spend the night here to collect my inheritance. Just gonna have a look around, make sure we don't miss anything. Assuming I don't choke to death on my own phlegm in the meantime. Hello, what do we have here? A small wooden whale. It's a sort of toy that sailors made for their children. Okay, well, we can only rotate it left and right. Okay, we have that. Good, we have memorized the item in our pocket. That's all that's over here, I think. Let us jog to catch up with the, chief? Captain? I've already forgotten his title.
Bradley was right. This place
1693, there we
is
go.
much older than I imagined. But the architecture seems too recent.
Oh yeah, no, this is not 1693 architecture. Let's see, that just takes us directly up to the house, so we want to go anywhere else first. Have that over here where the chief is. Bird. Hello, friend. Yeah, that's helping. That's definitely helping. You hold it real close to those flowers.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
Well, that's just Old Silas, obviously. No. Doesn't care so much for Charles, huh?
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
I kind of want to leave. Such a
Why
strange
were
final
they
resting
buried
place.
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It said that he's devastated.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy when I met him. I've seen enough.
Let's go to the mansion.
Well, now hold on,
Please
Pierce.
give me a
I'll
minute.
decide when we go to the
I
mansion.
didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting?
What kind
I don't see
indeed?
Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that Rod Baker is above that. Lord,
Broad, you say?
have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid. Poor kid. Poor kid.
Alright, enough of that. Yeah, okay, not a lot going on here. Game saved. Uh-oh. Autosave. Hey, a lighthouse. Anything to add from this angle? Hawkins. I keep reading his name as Pierre in the subtitles. I don't have anything further to add on that count. I just think it's kind of amusing. Let's see. So, yeah, I guess we'll just investigate the door.
I'll have to find another
Okay.
entrance.
Like, I remember what's about to happen here. I'm just not sure what triggers it. So I'm trying my best not to miss anything. I got an awful lot of this patio furniture hanging around. Spooky.
This entrance is still in use.
Kick it open!
Whoa!
There we go.
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick.
Easy, sir. All right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Bradley? Bradley?
You're
That's a
Mr.
great
Winchester.
angle. I love it.
Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
Oh, well, since you asked so nicely.
I'll show you how we have it out on dark water.
That's really not necessary, sir. Do not defile this
You
place.
haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
There we go. Psychologize him
That's
into
true.
submission.
I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful
Except
to be
this
the
one
last
beheading.
left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report
Tell him about the war,
describes
Pierce.
a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
Yeah, well, turns
He
out you
wants
were
to
right,
restore
so
the
there you go.
reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
Also to prevent
It's
looters,
locked.
I assume.
And I make sure it stays that way.
You want to get rid of me?
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Officer, this man
Do
threatened me with an
something,
axe.
Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay, then. I'll
Oh,
leave
good.
the key with
Got an
you.
achievement for that.
You could have told me that
Convince the
earlier.
caretaker to help you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
But before that, is there anything else out here? This is a really interesting property. Lots and lots of large iron
This
gates
gate is
around.
locked.
I kind of enjoy the decorative ironwork. Kind of thorny, kind of tentacly. I'm a fan of ironwork. Don't know anything about it. I'm more of an ironwork enthusiast, if you will. Oh, well, here's his shack. Can we root around in here?
I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Whiskey!
Rather Spartan.
How can you
Caretaker
tell?
has simple tastes. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
Of course, they made the window look like this so that they didn't have to fully render the interior. Let's check around back before we try to break in. I keep thinking the lighting effects are things to investigate,
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
of course. Okay, we can get up here. Ah. That really didn't help much. Okay, let's try the door. I don't recall if I've ever broken into this shack before. No commentary? Okay. Let's go around back again. And nothing. Okay, cool. Very productive. Let's move on. I'll just kind of be quiet for a moment and let the atmosphere sink in.
Pierce, shall we enter?
Shall
Now
we?
that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place.
I switched from coffee to tea during the loading screen. So I'm more of a soft-boiled detective now. Hey, let's see if we have enough points to spend on something. We have 3. Can we get anything with 3 points? We cannot. Okay. That whale oil, man, that's really concerning. Also, it's got to be said, we need to get a safety inspector in here,
Last
Bradley.
Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
This food is really old. This shouldn't be here anymore. This should have long since rotted away. Let's use
kind of
medicine
meat
on
is
this
this?
roast. I mean, it looks like fish. Fishish.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
He sits there, the wife sits there, and the boy is out there. Daughter. Do they have both? Yes, that's right. Nothing over here. Yep, there we go.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
He kind of looks like Rasputin, doesn't he? Psychology.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else?
It looks like none of them were eating their meat.
Something happened at this table. An argument?
Is that it? Was that worth entering a reconstruction?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Like, hasn't it been years since this happened? There shouldn't be anything left here. Unless it is just super dry in here, but I see mold. Oh, look at that decorative fire screen. That's kind of nice. I would use that to shield my fireplace.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere. But without Charles.
There was a second car on the island at some point. Get your lighter up, man. We need a lantern. Or a torch or something. Can I take this? Let's see, is this where we came from? No.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier
You
way.
can climb over that, you sissy. I'm more concerned about the cobwebs on the fallen bookshelf, personally.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
It's common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. Yeah, I wonder what he was looking for. Probably nothing important, right?
Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Charles and Sarah's
Okay.
wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Yep. Every game has detective vision.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
Vanished into the ether.
Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Taken from her feet by shoe gnomes.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Is any man on this island not a heavy drinker? Is the real question. What else are you gonna do?
They had a fight. Why?
He was drunk, she was weird. What do you want? Okay, I think we have actually gotten everything now. Oh, nope, I can't leave the scene. Aha.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
Like, is that Charles with tentacles on him?
Did someone escape the fire?
Aggressively escaped the fire. If he left scratch marks on the door. I'm trying to leave the scene. There we go.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident.
Well, I think the fire was an accident.
This was a fight.
I'm sure nobody meant to set anyone on fire, and certainly not the house.
Someone fell here.
Why are we watching him
A desperate attempt to flee.
reconstruct the scene we just reconstructed?
And the boy.
So, Detective,
The boy.
what do you make of it?
The police botched this investigation. Will be nice. The fire wasn't an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
The couple had a fight.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
There is no way to be sure. Most of the evidence is burned. Hey, we're getting some experience here.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing.
None of these books have titles. There we go. The World, Volume 1. Oh, he's talking to us. So we've gained some experience. We got 5 now. It's still not enough. Actually, aside from being dirty, most of the house is intact. Like, this can be fixed. This collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. Ooh, we gained medicine. Almost to 2. Pierce is a fast reader. And this is Cthulhu, so it pays to poke your nose into every single corner.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
And I guess whoever got hit with the lamp, which we seem to be thinking was Charles.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, the sea shanty.
No.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Which you actually already knew. Ah, can't go up the stairs. Yet. I got turned around. We should take that ladder.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
We should take that. That might be worth something. Also, it's a halfway decent book, and we could use some reading material.
Moby Dick.
No, absolutely
Melville's
not. I don't care if we're in a whaling town.
The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Melville devotes an entire page to describing clam chowder. I feel like we should be able to look at this. But apparently not. Ah! Let's just torch these cobwebs. That could be fun.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Well, it's an enormous place, and I doubt they were paying staff to maintain it. That's why Sarah was upset she had to clean this whole house herself. That's kind of nice. Is that somewhere in the building? Hello.
A book
Okay,
on
that's
the
ominous.
first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Ah, 14th. I was off by 2 centuries. Nope, that's wrong. 300 years. Hey, more medicine. A precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world, the simplicity of its writing, and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. That was a description almost worthy of a randomly generated book from Dwarf Fortress. But how are we not at 2 yet? Come on. Each book gives us 2%? What you looking at, Bradley? Painting? It's not bad. Let's see, can we go up here before we talk to him? Yes, we can. Hey, there we go. Light up the joint a little bit.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Scylla? That's probably not relevant. Let's see, this is where we just were. Let's finish with this room first.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in
Okay,
1692
1692.
by 2 families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Could you please decide when people got
A
here?
book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting.
Is it possibly the bust and the skull in front of it? What was that? You get that lighter back out. Get that lighter back out. Don't argue with me, young man.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Did that count for something? Oh, wait, there's something here we're not seeing. There it is. Crowbar! Take it.
A crowbar could prove useful.
Yes! I can think of 1,000,001 uses for that crowbar. Let's go fight with Silas. Our crowbar is probably a match for his axe.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Yes, last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Sounds like we should run down this Wellard person. Ooh. How far is it going to let us go here? I feel like we're supposed to go back and talk to Bradley.
Locked.
We have a crowbar, Pierce. Man, it's dark in here. Well, this is probably the child's room. Oh. What's the trouble in there, Nemo? Oh, little Nemo.
The boy's room.
We assume.
What was going through that boy's mind?
Hang on a second. I want to check everything before we enter the reconstruction. I don't know what changes. Did he like the Oz books, or is that just what he had available? Neat little fort. I definitely did this when I was young. Cool boat. Let's enter the reconstruction. Using our special eyes. Doesn't every kid draw stuff like this, though?
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Sometimes kids just play, Pierce. There doesn't have to be any psychology behind it. Also, what else am I looking for? Aha.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Mostly didn't care for it. Had to read it for school, of course. Oh, hello. Medicine.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy.
She really wants him to be
What was
unconscious
wrong
for a
with
few
his
hours.
family?
Thank you for pointing us toward the next clue.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
That's just kids,
Simon's
man.
troubles went beyond family problems.
Okay, got an achievement for
That
exploring the
kid
memories of the
saw
Hawkins family, so I guess we've gotten
Something
everything.
terrified him.
What is happening? Okay, thought I might have broken something there. The boy! The boy! A key! It was concealed? It's on a bookshelf. It's not where it goes, that doesn't mean it was hidden.
What will her room reveal about her?
That she has a duplicate painting and a duplicate fire screen, and seems to have predicted the house burning down.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Yeah, well, we're not going to use them, Pierce, so just put them back. Or take them as evidence, whatever. Just don't put them inside yourself, okay? Okay, buddy? It's the same sort of thing her kid was drawing. Come on. There's nothing unusual here. Ooh, occultism progression. Nice. Only a few more of those. We are hiding behind the screen. Ooh. I'm so thankful there's no minigame for that.
Perfect.
Okay. This is probably fine, right? Who doesn't do their painting in a ritual circle?
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L., who definitely wasn't just wetting his beak. He definitely had her best interests at heart, is what's
This
important.
ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Alright, so I think this is a lot of money when this is set. Returned. Hold it. Let's look at that one. We should definitely look at painting for AD, which was returned. And these two paintings for FS. One of them was a gift. Oh, there's another one. Oh, a lot of them, actually, if I just bother to read the list. We should probably investigate FS.
It seems the last
Francis
one was
Sanders,
given
okay.
for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Hold it. Does it actually write out his name? Oh, okay. Well, clues. Chapter 3. There we go. No, it doesn't write out his name So, Pierce has access to information that we don't.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Aww. Well, that's not necessarily a statement of love, it's a statement of inevitability. Which is a type of love, I guess. Cool. Okay, can we investigate the ritual circle at all? Yes.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult?
What do you think? Does he have any information on the ritual circle? Okay, well, there's a little quote there from the Malleus Bestiarum. But, not all a proven reliability. Understatement.
Bradley? Is that you?
Attack!
Is anyone there?
Someone, probably. Got your crowbar? Lantern. A free lantern already lit. Silas must be wandering the house, because those oil lamps were already lit. Staring very hard, expressionless. Oh! Crowbar, use the crowbar!
You! Stop!
Eh.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was
No.
hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
The lyrics of
No.
the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
Let's see.
I'll cover you.
We'll assume that he didn't go past Bradley for the moment.
This door was closed earlier.
There was a door. Which door? Oh, the one at the end of the hall, probably. Most likely. Okay, this is that bookcase he didn't want to step over. Is there anything over here? Oh, right.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. They look like Celtic runes.
Oh, okay, we're just
Charles
taking
must
those.
have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
It looks like an old seaway map.
We should make a note of these coordinates, probably. They make up a journey. I like to think we all make up journeys in our own way. Yes, I know we need to go inspect the globe. We're going to do that last. Refills can be found in the levels.
Clearly,
Not
Charles
outside of them.
Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
There are only like 30 people on this
I wonder
island.
who the
Everyone
man
knows
with
everyone.
The glasses is in the photograph. Probably another.
Friend of Hawkins. Huh, yeah, we don't know that person yet.
Friend of Hawkins.
Thank you.
It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater.
Does it?
Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Have they? Should have left the art to his wife.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
He must find a way. Use the crowbar? No, that's
Better
fine.
off not touching them for the moment.
That's fine. We don't need to use the crowbar here as much as I would like to.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Just making
Seems
sure we
like
get
this
everything.
came from a log.
Okay, we need to pay attention here. 42 north, 70 west, Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. Sunday the 30th, 47 north, 55 west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. 49 north, 61 west. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. 57 north, 51 west. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Right, so this is the miraculous catch then. 33 north, 53 west. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes on. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Darkwater, we have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories. Okay. So one of these. Okay, there's a bracketed one here. 33 north, 53 west. Let's try.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Hang on a sec, I've already forgotten. Oh, hey, we have 9 CP. Okay, we'll spend that in a moment.
Doesn't work. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
3353. 3353. Something like this. No?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
There we go, had him backwards.
Looks like it worked.
Got an achievement for that, of course.
Well done, Pierce.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk to him before we move on, right?
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months.
But you
exploring
said
remote places and
no
abandoned
ships.
temples.
Okay.
Have you seen the old maritime
Okay.
maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Refill our oil.
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
We're going inside. We'll go on.